Why are you sacrificing with babies?
I'm gonna kill you for
My erectile is not dysfunctional.
Let's use our president, for example.
Are you over 10,000 kilometers away from South Africa?
Conspiracy theorists. I can open the door for you to join the Illuminati.
Good evening, everyone.
How's it, guys? Welcome to a special episode of NippyCast. It's episode 29. I've been keeping track nowadays because I usually forget. Sometimes we don't even broadcast some of the episodes. There's a reason why today, maybe that's why I'm saying it's special, because this guy is never in front of the camera. This guy has been behind the camera for many TV shows, big in the country, behind the camera. This is the guy you never see. and it takes a few nudges to convince this guy to be at the front. Doesn't like it. Welcome to NippyCast. He's my friend. Some of you guys know him. His name is Muraga Mphaphuli. So today we were like, let's do a cookout. Monday afternoon, and I don't know, are we burning there?
You must tell them you're 10 minutes older than me.
Oh, this guy, he come through here.
You must tell them you're 10 minutes older than me.
Explain this shit.
My 10-minute older
You're not,
brother.
No, my man, I was born at 8:30.
Never. Oh yeah, and I was born at midnight.
Yeah, so it's not 10 minutes.
A minute after.
Even if you want to argue that you were born at 12 o'clock.
Man, you're not 24 hours older than me. So what are you
claiming, that I'm not older than you? You just give away your age, my man. They have got pampers today. Yeah, but I'm saying, if somebody's listening to this thing and they know malaria, they know your age now.
Yeah, of course.
What is the thing where guys don't mind telling their age and girls have an issue? Because we can ask the same question to a chick. We'll be like, oh, no, I'm young. They always want to be young.
Funny enough. Ndina vana va twins mutukana muzana vache vatuku muzana nyago va mulwana riya zvino ndi mulwana kapato chifhinga chote mwananga ndiye ni mulwana u faraola sa mwana. But when it comes to revealing their ages, one of vana 40, she would want to be called as somebody enemela mengwa ya 30.
So what the older they get, the younger they want to be.
They're confused.
Okay. So now, as we're cooking, we're like, oh, how about we just do an episode of this NippyCast? The topic today is media. Based on the fact that he has done a lot of media in the news coverage. Ngopisa, are you rocking? Okay. We're cooking. Hey, somebody asked us to show a picture of something we're cooking. I'm like, no, we're just cooking. It doesn't matter. Because you want to judge.
That's it, mate.
So the topic is media. But it's going to be very, very broad. So it's going to come in with a fielding of coverage of news. And then I'll probably just talk about what?
Television broadcast.
You will do television broadcast. I will just talk about... Because I also feed into that, right? Like, for example, I know the last show you were shooting, I think you need to project it.
Yeah.
The last show you guys were shooting that was on air was on, it was for SABC2 called Karichine. It was more in Venda.
Yeah.
I remember Karichine. Yeah. And then, so you would need my music to play in some of your shows here and there, because I'm in the library of the studio, right?
Of course.
And then when they pay the royalties, they write the name of the show, and I can see, hey, some of the shows are not paying me properly.
So they owe you.
I don't know. I didn't say that.
Oh, okay.
No. In general, I think we've got a challenge in the entertainment industry for the past 2 years, especially with the pandemic. I don't want to blame anyone because even when I go to meetings like at Samro and all those, for example, our national broadcaster, we really don't want to blame them. They're in the situation that they found themselves in. So we really don't want to dwell much on that. As long as everybody keeps pushing and working.
Come on,
Okay, sure. Yeah, so Karitine, you were covering that.
Yeah.
Hey, I like an episode that you did with Marondo.
Oh yeah.
Marende, yeah. You guys went and you got another group to tell you the story about it, right?
Yeah, I'm beauty.
Yes. So when you're doing media, there's a lot of things that go behind the scenes that people don't care about. The planning of a show. For example, if you are like that show is, how long is it? 26 minutes?
24
minutes. And the other minutes are for advertising, ne?
Yeah, and the intro.
Because of TV and commercialization of the product, right? How long does it take you to prepare a 24-minute show in a duration of whatever time, weeks or days or months or years?
It depends on how prepared you are, one.
Yeah.
And two, I think it also depends on how efficient you are.
Efficient, you mean like how smart? It's just a dumb producer.
For a lack of a better word. For a lack of
like if you're not like a guy like us who can just start this thing while we're cooking and be cooking and doing
no,
this.
No, I don't want to be insulting people.
No, I'm kidding. Well,
yeah.
But the truth is that you need to be thinking of your feet more often than not, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's funny. We used to do one of those episodes in terms of shooting, planning, and wrapping it in one episode in a maximum of 2 days. And in those 2 days, we are not working day and night. It's
like 8 hours.
You know what I mean?
Day.
So
like a normal office hour work type of vibe. So 26 minutes can be done in 2 days. But on par.
Somebody can do it in 2 days. Somebody can do it in 2 hours. Somebody can do it in.
But post shooting, do you count that duration in it?
No.
Because that's another duration that you need to invest as well, right?
This is what happens when we go out to shoot. That's what we call the pre-production.
Yeah.
That's the planning stage of the shoot. I'm never involved in the part.
This is usually the theoretical part.
Boardroom meeting.
Boardroom bullshit.
I don't go to the.
Usually it's bullshit. Don't forget the mic.
I don't go to the boardroom.
I'm sure it will be boring there for you.
Yeah.
Sit there.
That get frustrated.
You just want action.
Yeah. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah. Then there's the production phase. That's where we are involved. That's when we go out to do the actual shooting.
So the production in layman's terms is implementation.
Yes.
When you are going to do what the boardroom said should be done.
So the 2 days.
Let's not be too technical. Remember, some people are just
the 2 days. The 2 days I'm referring to is us on the field shooting, putting this production together. Then post. Well, I know a good guy, a good friend of mine called Dennis. He can kill it in minutes.
I know Dennis.
Minutes being a couple of hours compressed to minutes.
Also, he's that guy.
He can even make it days because sometimes he sleeps at the office.
And there's something that you guys used to do every time when we're hanging. Like even the other production house that we used to hang at. I don't know if I'm allowed to mention the name, but we used to hang, like doing cookouts like this.
Which one?
One of the production houses that you guys.
Oh yeah, the famous one. Yeah.
So you guys will be saying something like, sorry, they'll be like, the whole day, I'll be listening to these guys, they'll be like, hey man, I'll go digitize.
It's Zinge. It's Zinge.
Yeah.
It's Zinge.
Oh, so you can mention it.
It's Zinge.
Okay, you said it.
It's Zinge.
Yeah. You'll be like, yeah, we're going to digitize. I'm like, okay, what is digitizing?
No.
What is digitizing?
I actually, when was it? 2 Sundays ago? I met a guy I know. We were discussing rendering that day.
It's now on
We
the
had to
computer.
discuss rendering.
Yeah.
So it was a video editor.
Uh,
I'm not sure if I can mention his name.
Mm.
A video editor and this guy. He's like, no, man. This rendering thing takes the whole day. And you see, the thing with the rendering is like cooking. We're cooking.
yeah.
Somebody can
What, are we rendering meat?
No. Somebody can say to you, it takes 2 hours to cook that.
Yeah.
But if the fire is not that strong, it's probably going to take us 3 hours.
So now, in the context of rendering, it will mean that you need enough technology.
That's where you come in.
That is fast.
That's where you come in.
To render.
That's where you come in.
Because apparently, I heard somebody saying that the Lion King, the cartoon version of it, apparently it took them months to render. So they will edit this for a year, and then press the rendering button and go home.
Yeah, you go to sleep.
You go home.
You just make sure there's no power cut in between.
What is your longest? Yeah, they'll have backup because
Yeah.
But you also have to make sure. What is your longest rendering duration you've experienced in your life across all the shows of the how long are you've been doing this shit for, like what, 15 years? I
Let
think.
me jump in. 3 days.
Fuck.
3
How
days
big
of
was the show?
rendering.
Yeah.
And we had less than 12 hours to submit. It said 3 days.
Hey,
I remember.
wait. So
I
the
promise
deadline is outside the.
It's out. But you can't stop it. Just render. Ara nichi kubika. Jenisa ni kuni. Mara in this
But in
case,
the case, how do you do that?
Bika compute.
Yeah.
We just sit and wait and pray in between. I remember
Oh,
it
you
was
also rely on God.
end of God. End of God. The end of God must come. I remember right there, the studio led the office. We were from shooting a commercial. Look at the mad location.
Okay, no, you can go do it. You know, the most difficult part about this interview is to try to say, to be involved in the technical aspect of it, to say, the angle, hey, my man, how we shooting this? And me, I'm just a DJ. I don't know shit for shit.
You can't do it wrong. You can't do it wrong when I'm around.
So you'll make sure that this whole thing is perfect.
Or let's not do it. Let's rather not do
We
it.
might as well.
Let's pack up and go.
Actually, either you do it right or you don't do it at all.
Let's go sleep.
But sometimes you should try.
I'm not that guy.
The first day you rode a bicycle, did you do it right?
We're not riding bicycles here.
Oh, okay.
We've got millions of people watching.
There's not millions of people. Actually, this podcast nobody watches.
No, you'll be surprised.
Nobody. Well, I think there is like
In 100 years?
Oh shit! But we'll be dead.
Yeah, the kids will watch.
Oh, okay. So we're doing this for
Think about the future, yeah.
in a. Oh fuck! I never thought about this. I thought
You're just an excited DJ. You just want to make noise.
Oh! Somebody said that. Actually, somebody said that. When was this? A week ago, when I did a podcast with Tinnats. Somebody said, "Yeah, you guys are you not copying and pasting some of these podcasts?" I'm like, no, my podcast has nothing to do with entertainment. Sometimes, if there's an entertainer, like you're my friend, nobody's seen you there, but you've probably shot their news for the past 15 years, right? But if there's somebody who's relevant, like let's say I've got DJ friends, let's just say maybe whoever, you know most of my DJ friends, artists or whatever. When I interview them, it won't be because they are artists. It will be because we're friends.
Yeah.
And there's something that, from a knowledge perspective, that we're distributing to them, which is what you're saying now. It's some sort of a wisdom we're gonna leave
Imparting.
on earth for the future generation. That's all. I'm not excited about who fucked who over the weekend. I don't give a fucking rat's ass about that.
It's not exciting.
Yeah, sorry. Well, not for me. Maybe for some people.
It shouldn't be breaking news to me anymore.
Yeah, it doesn't keep me awake at
shouldn't
night. I
break
mean,
me.
really.
No.
Who gives a fucking rat's ass?
No.
Before you went to do just a chibodo,
Bodo,
we were on something. It was the duration of
rendering.
rendering. Yeah, the shows. Yeah.
Rendering.
So your longest was what? 2 days. But you're trying to calculate to me how many days collectively after even rendering, in terms of. I mean, not after rendering, after capturing, because somebody has to do editorial, right? And you also have to send it to the station for approval. If it's a show, right?
Yeah.
With news, obviously spontaneous, because news, if somebody shot
with news,
Mandela today,
with news, it
you
must
want
happen tonight.
It has to happen tonight. Yeah, you don't have a choice, right? You could rather fly into a plane, get the story and send it.
There's no other way. No other way.
Yeah, when you said that, you remind me of Malevet.
Like to show you there I want money. Or to the oven, micro oven, I put it like this to the oven. Then you see I want money.
If I've got a child there, you saying you would hurt the child to find out the information?
Took your child, I put it in oven. I make oven on.
You wanna give us?
You never give me. You never give me. Or I took your wife, I put it, I take your wife, I put a knife here. Like, example, you see the blood. I say, I finish up now. You don't give me money or you give me. What can you say? You will give me. No other way.
It's like,
there's no
it's
other
like,
way.
I take your child. If you don't want to give me money, you'll see with your last born. I take your child, last born, put him in the micro.
No, not him. Put it. Put it.
When he says last born, he was referring to what? Like a small child. Because there will be last born who can fit in the microwave.
In his head, he means a tiny child.
A tiny child.
The word he was looking for is tiny.
A baby. Yeah, he should have said
tiny.
That. A tiny baby.
Tiny.
Who can fit in a microwave.
We've got big babies. A tiny baby.
And
tiny.
And I put it on. I say on.
You give.
What you gonna do?
You give.
You're not gonna give.
You give.
There's no other way. So with the news, there's no other way.
You give.
People want to see the bulletin in the evening, right?
Yeah.
So
and now it's even worse because we've got 24-hour news coverage channels. You know what I mean?
So they want stories like this.
Some people are waiting for it in the next hour. And it's in Pretoria and you're in Joburg. You still need to drive because we don't fly. They don't have the budgets.
No, but I've seen you in some productions where you were flying, covering from the air.
I had to drive somewhere.
Oh, well, to get the helicopter.
I had to drive. Yeah. Doesn't pick me up at all. Yeah. So.
No, but to answer, because we're trying to come to a normal duration. For my point was trying to say, people just watch a show for 30 minutes. They don't know how much time you guys spend.
Let me tell you about that.
Doing that 26 minutes. Actually, not even 30, 24 minutes.
Rendering. Let's go back to rendering. We were doing a television commercial I used to work for a company called Zing. You know Zing? It's owned by your cousin. Hey, there's monopoly. Your cousin owns that thing. Okay, your cousin gave me a job. Shanduna Senga. Good man.
Okay.
Good guy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's my cousin. And then,
yeah.
Why are you saying what he is to me? Should I say what he is to you?
He is my former boss.
And he's not your brother-in-law.
Let's forget the law.
Oh, okay.
He's my brother.
Okay, let's continue. You're saying,
yeah. So, Fano Matag is the one who mentored me. I remember that day we were in studio, Zinge offices, final mix studio. It became our bedroom for the night. Elam Tichi to Morendarani Pro, 3 days.
And Shandu doesn't want to hear this shit.
Shandu looked at us.
He doesn't want to hear
He looks at me. I'm an intern, my man. I'm here to learn. Fano thinks he's got this. But the machine is letting him down. It says 3 days.
You need to get this shit done in 12 hours.
I'm like, no. If we've got 3 days and we are lucky to survive the 3 days to 9 hours, it leaves the rest of the 3 hours to me because I'm the delivery guy.
Oh, you need
so I don't want this thing to happen.
Was it for?
It's a commercial.
It was for who?
For government.
Whoever. Or government. Oh,
it's a government commercial. I remember we shot it from Blue Valley with a late friend of ours. May his soul rest in peace. Musa Chaban.
Oh, okay.
Grootmanla and Sam.
Oh, yes.
Yes. That night. We went to that thing said 3 days. 3 days.
What was your solution? Because most of the time in our industry of media, let me also come in on my side as well. There are times when you've got no choice than to make a decision. You always have to have solutions, right? We are solution-driven humans.
Yeah.
In our industry, because people want this thing at a specific time.
You know what our solution
I can't
was?
go to a gig and say my USB is not working, or my CD is scratching, or my vinyl is scratching. They want to hear a song because they paid me money to come and play a song. You also need to deliver because the station wants this product. Okay, somebody said I should stop using profanity. The station wants this product. Is product the better?
It's called a product.
I could have said the other way. Because
yes.
somebody wants this product.
Yes.
At a specific time, right? And then they don't give you any choice. But you have to think of your feet. What was the solution for this one? In conjunction to answering how long a normal show takes you, and that the public thinks that it just happened over split seconds. What was it? How did you fix that one?
Our solution was to wait. That's the only choice we had. Our solution was we had to wait.
You know
that thing said 3 days. If it says 3 days and you stop it to try and render again, chances are it's going to say 4 days. So you're lucky to get 3 days. Wait for it. It taught us patience. It was like fishing.
But isn't there another way?
It's up to you guys. I'm just a camera.
Like Silicon Valley should come up with a solution for this, because we can't wait for rendering for so long.
Yeah, then you and Rasi can solve this mystery.
No, I think this one needs aliens.
No, I trust Rasi to kill this one.
Because another thing. Okay, well, leaving maybe the media side. So I did your introduction. I think you didn't have to explain much, but I kind of did explain why we're having this dialogue, right? We're not banning.
I'm worried about my poetry. Can I check it?
You want to check?
One last time.
Oh, you sure you're not banning?
No.
Okay, some of them were to cut out because he was running around.
We're still good. Ufi bodo imbiruni, imulironi, woko swambiru, auko swayoni, woko swambiru.
The funny part is he never lets me cook when he's around. Like fuck, he thinks he's like the best chef.
No.
So
Nipro azongo bikachi. Nipro la soul mix snack ya chicken ligan afurum. It's 2 wings, and it's not even a junior burger.
It's 3 wings. It's
2.
It's 3, 4.
4.
Wings.
Dana chips pezi.
Shit.
Ini la chila chono dana chips slide la chip.
I no longer eat slider.
Man, the reason it's called a slider is because you slide it into your mouth.
It's a starter.
You slide it into your mouth.
That's pretty.
So how do you slide something into your mouth and you're okay for a day?
I don't eat much.
I don't eat much.
So you'll never let me. What I like about Muraga, I will never die of hunger because there's always food whenever I'm with him. Sometimes even when we're in Vendo, sometimes we stay at his house, whatever, and then we chill. Like, there's always food. That's what I like about him as well. But all the time, even long time, you
so
always...
I'm going to use it.
So you're my chef.
That's good. That's a bad day.
That's
a bad day.
Okay. Let's go back to the point. The one around email. Executive.
Mara ini no fana ntanganeza mstadu.
Udobonyo thombo lapho.
Indi no kufana ntanganeza. Sindi rini mukomana.
No, when it comes to the one I don't tell you. No, you can start.
No. No, those are no bana.
Okay.
Ngwana munganonga. Think about the kids. You'll be playing somewhere at a club. Now I'll be sitting at home cooking for the kids.
Okay. Which club? In heaven or here?
No. Before, so arali hatuan nemubiki. Asala ni mujaive.
Oh, so I should die first. You used to say I should die first. Nicely.
In a not so nice way.
This guy.
Yeah, Maravano Basavachila. Indan Gojaiva. What the fuck?
Let's go back to the point. The topic is media. So now, talking about the preparation and the duration, right?
Yeah.
And people don't respect this. Let's use something that maybe me and you are intertwined for, right? Let's use the biggest shows we've thrown in the country, not in the country actually, let's say in Venda. Royal Festival.
Oh, that was a big one.
That was by far massive, right? That show has got a staff of whatever number of people.
Countless.
People get hired every single minute.
Do you want to count the marshals?
Oh no,
The guys in vests.
no, those ones.
Then let's not count. Let's not count.
In fact, the head count of Royal Gardens is probably what? Give it a number.
I counted almost 13 the other year. I can't remember the exact figure. It was 12, 8 something, but it was the last time I looked at it. It probably went up.
No. Head count. Right now.
Head count. I'm talking about people who walked through the turnstiles to attend the event.
Not the crowd. Head count of the back office, the preparation of it. Because remember, we want to emphasize the reason why we're having this media dialogue is to emphasize to the people that we spend so much time preparing something that they spend 10 hours to experience. It takes us months.
It could be up to whatever number that you can think of. When the boardroom meetings take place, the people sitting at the boardroom meetings must have something to eat. So there's a guy who's going to get something for them to eat.
Yeah.
But the guy who's going to be dancing at the dance floor doesn't think about
He doesn't know. He doesn't know that this thing was discussed 3 months before.
It doesn't exist in his world.
Yeah.
He just wants there to go there and have a party. So preparation is the most important thing. Preparation takes up to whatever time you need, depending on how clued up you are.
Because let me give you, because with Royal Gardens I was usually probably at the end of it, because I was just doing the PR and the market and the what you call activations, and obviously the stage and all those, the DJing and me, Dr. G, Solsenic.
Yes.
Every year.
Where's Dr. G?
It's around. It's my boy.
Okay.
It's around.
I miss him.
yeah. No, we'll learn sometimes.
Okay, I haven't seen him in a while. I don't miss him.
I think the pandemic split us apart, and right now we're trying to regroup. Yeah. So we would spend, for me, let me give an example of maybe, can I use what's other thing that maybe could resonate with everyone? Let's say the Chimas. Chivenda Music Awards.
We did Chimas, yeah.
It usually takes us 3 months.
Planning, yeah.
For 3 to 4 months to prepare. But on the last month, we need to know to the T, at a granular level, on what's going to happen at what minute. Right? And then on that 1 minute, some guy who just walked into that yard, who thinks he knows best, decides to come into the picture and fuck up the 3 months.
Because he thinks it's a star.
Because he thinks, yeah. And then also we'll have a situation let's go back to Royal Gardens. We'll have 12 o'clock time with fireworks, right?
Yeah.
That minute is important.
It is.
Millions of money was spent to have that 1 minute.
Invested on that moment.
Yeah, but one guy wants to come and say, "Rukunya got an announcement." It takes us in the media space to prepare to entertain you than it takes you to consume the product. It takes me probably 3 months or 4 months or 5 months to make one song that you just dance for 5 minutes.
And you say it's not a nice song.
It's not a nice song, yeah. So let's go back to the news side. When you're covering stories in the field, what was the worst coverage? Like, you're about to die. Because you guys go into the streets, bullets have gone past you. Hey. I remember the other day, they even throw tear gas towards you. What's going on? Like, just to give people the stories. You sacrifice almost your life to feed these people some stories. They don't care. They don't give a fuck.
I think the hardest was Zimbabwe.
What happened in Zimbabwe?
Zimbabwe. There's a plane. The sound guys are going to complain. Oh, I'm shooting with my friend today. We don't have to.
Yeah,
we
no,
don't
no,
have to worry. Okay, cool.
We've got backup for backup.
Okay, sorry. I'm thinking like.
Yeah, stop thinking like that.
I'm thinking like Ntembo, the sound guy.
Don't be deep. Life is too short.
Okay. Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe. Richisrika. My man. It was shortly after impeachment. Yeah, Robert Mugabe. Mugabe was still alive then. We got there.
Is this the one where he was supposed to make a speech and then he dropped some papers? Where he was supposed to announce his retirement. Yeah, I remember that one.
That one. So
what year was this? This was like almost 5 years.
I'd call it 17. No, I'm lying.
5 years.
17. I'd call it. Mwananga penya ono baby. Did he? 20. Let's say 18. 18 towards the end.
Almost 4 years.
18 towards the end.
Yeah. Sorry, what happened? So to cut you there.
So we get to Zimbabwe. It's elections. And these elections are not like any other elections because Robert Mugabe has been winning the elections in Zimbabwe. He's been winning. He wins them before they count. So this year is a different year. We don't have Mugabe.
It was the first time there was elections since 1980.
You know what I mean? Yeah. It was actually their second one after the 1980s.
Oh wow! Yeah, the fair one
after the 1980s. So it's a new guy. The new guy.
I'm sure they don't like to hear this.
The new guy is not liked by everybody at ZANU.
Oh, okay.
And there's the opposition, MDC. So the country ended up in a war.
MDC, I remember it was more like a coup.
Yeah, what happened before I got there. When I got there, I'm talking about what happened.
You guys went in during the course of the thing?
Voting.
On the voting. Okay, yeah.
They're voting these people, MDC. Chamisa. Chamisa believes he's going to win this thing. In his head, he's already won it. So what does he do? He incites violence on the ground. Who's ZANU? ZANU is sitting in power. They are the military.
Actually, according to the law of the land, would be that the general of the military is the president if there's something compromised by the government.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That is ZANU PF.
Yeah.
So they vote. After voting,
fairly.
Yeah.
Arguably,
for the second time.
For the second time.
After voting, now they're waiting for the results. They believe that whatever technologies they have in the country
is the best
available can release these results in 48 hours. They believe it's capable in 48 hours. But
what's realistic on using our IC as a benchmark?
They were expecting them in 24.
But what is our benchmark?
24.
24. Okay.
24 is too much.
Okay. So currently,
let's just give it 24.
24. Okay. Yeah.
24.
Okay.
24. So
hours.
Yes.
Let's be precise on this.
The results are not coming. Chamisa believes he has won this thing. So he's telling the people on the ground that they're not releasing because we have won. He incites violence.
Oh my God.
Zimbabwe.
What if he knew he lost?
Harare turned into a mess. I remember
Harare is more like the center of this.
Yeah,
this is like in Joburg where there's an uproar.
That's where they were selling me my holy water. There's holy water that I like to take. They were selling me a bottle of holy water for how many dollars? $3.
Using dollar or which dollar?
$3.
US dollar. Okay.
So $3.
Their dollar is fucked.
No.
Their dollar is fucked.
Their dollar is non-existent.
I think with a wheelbarrow you can't buy a wheelbarrow even if it's full of dollars.
No, you can't. You can't. They call them bond notes actually. They're the most useless notes. You get there, you exchange for that. You spend it there. If you don't spend it there, then
American dollar. So it was completely fucked. So Harare is the center of this. This is where this thing was happening.
It turned into turmoil. There's a newspaper, I think it's called the Herald newspaper. It's one of the big newspapers in Zimbabwe.
Don't we have a Herald here?
I think so.
That guy who dropped off newspapers, probably. But nobody reads newspapers anymore.
Okay. Yeah, only...
my time.
Hey, wakara.
But we're also getting old.
Konsia gore. Chazula. Learning on newspaper every day.
He's probably gonna watch this.
Hey, sorry. Hey, the boss. Hey.
Not on part of the world.
Hey, what?
What a minute.
What? No, what the minute now? So yeah.
No, but it's just his age, man.
Front page yela newspaper ngamachino richikuvura richikuivona rihodela ndirakudzaka ngodela nofi Rainbow Hotel. Apparently it's the best hotel in the country. In that country.
It sounds like it. I've never been there. It sounds like it.
Yeah.
How many stars?
A couple.
Yeah.
A couple is more than one. So
well, if I'm in Zimbabwe, I would expect if I get a couple of stars in any, not even Zimbabwe alone.
It was a nice.
Not Zimbabwe. Sorry, this might sound a bit wrong. Not Zimbabwe alone. Anywhere in the world, if I get a hotel with a couple of stars, I'm okay.
It was a nice hotel. I'd call it Garden Court back at home.
Yeah, but
Garden Court.
I'm just so I want to dilute that one and say I'm not a Zimbabwe face.
Garden Court.
Yeah. So you were in a cool hotel.
So
but what was the crisis? Because I'm struggling to understand. What was the crisis?
Chamisa is saying we have won. They're not releasing the results because they're trying to rig them.
Oh.
So the people on the ground get angry. They march to ZANU PF head offices, headquarters. Guess where it is? Next door to my hotel.
Oh, fuck.
So ETV is not going to let me sleep. ENCA.
Oh,
once they hear that there's turmoil happening outside,
you need to go cover
and with our reporters, of course,
you need to go cover the shit.
You have to go out.
Yeah.
I remember I was with Tutuka Zondi.
Tutuka is what, one of the presenters.
No, Tutuka, a camera guy.
Camera guy, okay.
I'll send you a picture.
Oh, okay. And who was presenting the thing? Who was covering? I mean, on the front.
How do you cover?
No. I mean, not on that day. I mean, who was your reporter?
No. We went with a couple of journalists. I was assigned to work with Bravuyo Mvoko.
Oh, okay.
I was with Bravuyo. Tutuka Zondi was working with Tulasizwe Melani.
I think I know him.
Tulasizwe Melani is back at ENCA now.
Okay.
Who else was there?
Tulasizwe is the allowed to. He was friends with this one who passed on. What's his name now? Not Wongani. This one of 702. What's his name?
Who at 702?
He had cancer, man. What's his name? The name is but it's not coming out.
Tulasizwe Melane.
He's friends with. He was friends with this other one. I'll tell you now. It will come to me.
Okay, let me continue my story. So yeah, those are the teams on the ground. We're working there.
Kolani.
Gwala.
Kolani's friend.
XG,
ne? Yeah.
XG. Yeah, Tulas.
It's that guy.
Yeah,
I know him.
Yeah, we call him Tulas. Tulas was working with. We had Joe Komani. Joe Komani was there as well.
I don't know Joe.
Joe Komani is a camera guy.
Because there was a time
when... don't know us. Nobody knows us.
Yeah, well, but I know there was a time when somebody was also hit by COVID. At the station in Cape Town.
No,
I think.
COVID is recent, man. Let's go back to Zimbabwe.
Oh, okay.
So Zimbabwe, we're losing the sun. Zimbabwe, it's chaotic. I'm with Tutuka.
At your hotel?
We just left. Yeah, like, we're literally
chaos next door.
We're leaving the hotel to go and find out what's happening. We get there, at the exit of the hotel is closed. They're like, you can't go out.
But your job is to come and cover this shit.
But the people are outside. The protesters are outside.
Also, it's high risk. This is code red.
Headquarters ZANU PF is outside. It's outside the hotel, literally at the gate.
So what did you do?
So we stood at the gate. We're shooting through the palisade fence. Shooting through the we're not shooting in guns. We're filming through the palisade
like
fence. Through the palisade fence.
So
all of a sudden,
what is a palisade fence now?
Palisade fence
is
like
this.
Yeah, the team.
Oh, okay,
not necessarily team. Palisade in the area, so I know as a palisade. How
about that one?
Palisade is see-through.
How about that one? Like that?
Yeah, that's palisade.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Palisade, yes. So we go further through.
You're sticking the camera outside.
I'm with the stun grenade. Boom. Apo me. Boom, yo vidi. But watomo gidima ngani. This is never to hours kanji in a protest. Is that if you are at the side of the cops, you think you are safe. Now, avala watu bene baba kutunchwa kabo ngama police. Nabo ni baba banazugidi chimsping.
More often than not, yeah. We've seen it with Marikana.
Ni yesla zote hapa la Zimbabwe. Hapo so live round mbili. Ziko vamra wash kama police. Zari mbili za wisa babiri ngangeni. Avala batanga baposa mbili. Ndichiseza ndaona mutu mti wawa batsinana. Wawubili wa batsinana nga hafa ka left. Ka left ndichi, ka right. Awela nga hafa ka right. Batu babiri bawo pandanga nendiko foda. Bone bakouwa. Ndombo the realize that half enda imone obipa. Nazonda damini.
Was this real bullets?
Yeah, live rounds. Ndombo the tomora ndando beba backpack ya camera no kuita transmission ya live office. Ndombo the tomora I realized I couldn't run with both. Ndando imatsini na ndi odera ndi digiti no maluwa with the design ho na kisapa. Ndombo the jia camera. Ndaitomora kaila chiti chano ndo chibeba. Ndaringa fasi ya maluwa. Ndatomori castas me. Kana ringo rivakale ari rizola bad. Rar castas minya odor rivano. That is all about.
This is you running for your life.
Yes.
Yes,
I'll send you that picture. Did you go to Zolabad?
No, I think I saw it. You did send me at that stage. You said you almost died.
Man, I realized Ori, the reason they would shoot me is because I have a camera.
And it become a headline story, but you'll be dead.
I'm exposing them.
Yeah.
So they don't want to be exposed.
And you'll be dead.
Ela camera ndipo sasa maruba. That is safe.
Not a chafa.
Not even. Not to. Ndagidima chinapesha nungari ndadimisa zvanda so. Ngamuranga tutuka uone ngori akontevela chikubonzo tutuka acho ifara camera. Nana ndichibodobuya ndikubvange. Obipa.
You'll rather lose the camera, but you value your work so much that you know.
I can't just throw it. You know
the value of the camera. If you didn't, you were not gonna chaff it.
Yes.
You were gonna. Yeah. Hey, so you know your job so well, but you know when to draw the line on safety and.
Yeah, Dora, but I was not.
Besides money,
I was not going to compromise my life over
a fucking story.
I decided I'm parting ways with this camera. But I'm not going to leave it stranded.
Well, your boss is like, hey, my man, you left the camera there. Yeah, you left the camera.
I'm not going to leave it stranded.
Yo, this podcast is so funny.
And I continue it in the background.
Yeah, we don't have, because we keep running away.
I was even taught
running around.
I was even taught how to light up a scene. So I didn't stand there. I don't
So you keep making this whole shit technical.
Let's keep turning around.
Nobody cares. Nobody. We don't have like 1 million viewers.
My colleagues.
Oh, your colleagues will think like, how can Muraga let this thing happen?
I won a Vodacom Journalist of the Year award in 2016. Best TV camera newsman in that year.
Wow.
So
that's big.
I can't do this to myself.
You can't look like mediocre.
No, I can't. Because back to Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe. Too big one.
Hey. Yeah, it's Zimbabwe, a cookout. This is actually the cookout session of it. I think we can do more of this.
Wherever I am, we must keep cooking. The people must eat.
Like I said.
Anyway.
Yeah, Zimbabwe. So now you see people being shot in front of you. Yeah, who were there? Take us through that one.
So, the two that dropped that I was talking about. I hope we don't need traffic camera for Samaru.
These guys were shot by who? By the police?
The soldiers.
Yeah, by the soldiers.
It's beyond the police now. It's the soldiers.
Real bullets, not
live rounds.
Live rounds.
I took pictures of them. Ngamurao.
How did you take the pictures when the camera?
No, my cell phone yank. Ngamurao.
Check how passionate this guy is. He's still tries to cover the thing after running away.
I'm still telling the story. The viewer is not going to get a full story.
Even though the camera is chuffed.
I need myself. I've got my cell phone.
It still works.
Yeah. So
And you guys just sit at home and watch this thing at the comfort of your couch and go like, oh, it's bad in Zimbabwe.
Yeah. And
This guy is thinking, oh fuck, I'm going to die.
So ngachipinga chenda posela camera pasi ya maruva pala. I know how expensive these things are. I know how much amount of care we must give to them. But at that time, I forgot I was throwing a camera under the bush. I forgot I had a job. I forgot I was employed. The only thing I was thinking about was my life. I threw that, but I didn't leave it stranded like I was saying. Then I ran. When we came back, or rather when I came back for the camera, that's when we went outside to the streets. I captured 4 more people. Four more people.
But this doesn't make sense. You were shooting from inside the yard
when the 2 died.
So these people have been shot while you're in the yard, in the hotel.
Yes. So that's where the result center was. Our hotel had the result center inside.
Oh.
So any announcement, our IEC, for a lack of a better word, head office here, cooperative.
It's like what?
Showgrounds, Victoria.
Yeah, Pretoria. Look, the same
that
thing.
thing was operating from our hotel.
Okay.
So these people are coming there to say release their results.
The main. You're at the main center of the elections.
Center of attraction. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
and controversy.
Got very hectic. A guy was shot. And the reason I mentioned Tulasizwe Simelane, he's one of. I'm sorry to call him this, but he's a journalist that would not let an opportunity pass by. People got shot. Remember, we were not there to
see people being shot.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We were there to cover an election. He found a beautiful story within that election story. One of the guys that was shot on that day, I have a picture of that guy.
I hope you're gonna give us this.
Yeah, I'll give you the.
If you're allowed to put them up.
Yeah. But
if we need to blare or whatever, you'll tell me.
Yeah.
Upon editorial.
We'll find a way. Of doing
That's how much work we put on this. We're not just sitting here because we are bored.
Collecting dust.
Yeah.
So, he followed a story of this guy who is one of the people who was shot, who died. And he followed the entire funeral process. So
it became another thing.
A story within a story. The only thing that broke my heart is because I didn't shoot it, but I wanted to.
According to your audio experience of the camera,
well, Nsembo is not here.
Is this aeroplane making noise?
Nsembo is not here. We're excused today. Nsembo is not here.
Staying next to the airport is a fucking dig ahead of a day.
Man.
Shit. You'll be trying to sleep and somebody decides to start a plane.
You must stop trying to sleep. That's when you'll have a good day.
If I've got enough money, I will dig a hole and have a bunker. Soundproof.
I'd rather stay further away from the airport. Why do you need to invest so much money in stupidity? Anyway.
But there's airports everywhere in the metropolitan of everywhere.
And go live in a bush.
Oh,
Zimbabwe.
Fuck. The Ramadakani.
Zimbabwe
actually is Woto. Even baboons, eh?
Hi, I don't want to talk about that.
And chimpanzees. Bazwara, the reason why we say this is because by nature we feel like we are close to them, and
that thing is going down.
And according to science, we share similar DNA with them.
We're not talking about apes. We're talking about Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
I want to wrap up Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
So Zimbabwe, those people perished in front of me. I was lucky.
You almost.
Yeah, I mean. It depends on the accuracy of the guy who shot. Or he was probably aiming at me and got the person next to me.
And they never used to give you bulletproof vests?
Sometimes. After somebody dies.
So you wait for a guy to die?
Usually on a normal day. I mean, it's a normal day. If you're going out on a story that requires that, yeah, they'll give you a bulletproof vest. But we were just going out to check or what's the noise outside, basically?
Yeah, because this was more elections than violence.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I would also not approve bulletproof vests for the crew that is going to cover
Why
elections.
would you want to put a crew in bulletproof
But when
vests?
what's his name again? The guy who took the story to another angle.
Chamisa.
No, the guy.
Nelson.
The guy on.
Oh, Tulasizwe.
He was trying to cover that whole thing to say, yeah, so let's see the bullets now. I'm sure he was following the bullets.
Yes.
Yeah, when he decides that and you're on the floor, you didn't leave the country with the bulletproof vests, what do? You improvise, right? All you did here was improvisation. Because now, do you have to send new people to go cover this, or do you stay there and cover it?
No, we had to soldier on.
You have to keep going
We
on.
had to soldier on.
And what I'm trying to emphasize with this podcast is to show that people consume media and resources and entertainment and whatever, but they don't know the amount of sacrifice and preparation, and they just sit there. Because I always say this thing. Let me go back to the DJ side now. Yeah? I don't know. Are we done with Zimbabwe?
Yeah, Zimbabwe.
On the DJ side, like for example, let's give an example of Royal Gardens. Like let's say you're preparing, you're doing this thing. You spend whatever number of times doing a plan. So some person just comes when you're there on stage playing a song and say, play this song.
This other year they threw Colbert off the stage.
Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah, that morning. No. Do you know what was happening there? This is the one where it caused an uproar. When it was
and the media was about to pounce all over it. But it was a dead story, man. He was just an opportunist.
I think, well, remember in our line of business,
the explanation I got was that he didn't have a tag that you wear around your neck. The bouncer doesn't know.
He doesn't know him.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, he does. It's like actually choke slamming Bob Marley.
Yeah, because
that's what he did. And then the band got angry and went to
no, but he was not attacked. He was not attacked. He was just removed from a place where he was not supposed to be because he didn't have the proper identification.
No, he was. He was slammed.
But awambara ntuna
no, he wasn't.
So mutu aringange murau uteva ana tag vokaka ngezwa wala mura wodokotela
but well come on, these are semantics.
Yeah,
so we're to damn down that fire. It was a big fire because now remember, right now we've got how many people were there that night? I think it was around the early hours.
Let's call it 15. Whoever wants to argue can come and argue.
Yeah, with our 50,000 people waiting for this guy to go on stage, but the bouncer choke slammed him out of the thing
because he didn't have a tag which he had in the car.
And I'm like, do you know what you just did? And I think we had to fire those bouncers. They were fired. Temporarily.
I can't remember it. I think it was past my knock-off time.
I was not in the mood for that fight.
No.
Dude,
it was around 5 in the morning.
I usually stand there and I invest my time for good. We get there around midday.
No, I was not in the mood. I remember there's a guy called a good friend of mine, Selby. Selby was there. Selby can tell the story better.
I was not in the mood of that. And we had to go. And this was the thing. Now we were finishing the show. It's the sun is about to come out. It's the thing. We're done. We clocked almost 90% confidence level on performance. We just left with the reggae, and everybody's saying Colbert. Oh, Colbert goes and stays. The bouncer straps him, and then now Colbert doesn't want to go back in. I'm like, Jesus Christ! I want this day to end.
I give up. I told myself.
And none of the 15,000 people give a fuck about what was going on at the back.
So you see,
how many fights have we dissolved?
So you see, as a news guy, I think you need anyone to find a solve out that chaotic mess. As a news guy, I missed the punch. So after the punch, they go there. I mean, go to Colbert to go drive on that stage. That's when they do wear and then that in the reef.
You know, more often than not, when we're done with gigs, we have to drink. And some of the people think that we drink when we're working.
Do you drink?
I usually start my first beer maybe halfway. Let's say if we start a show at 6. I'll probably drink at 11.
Would you advise a guy at my old age to start drinking now?
Like how?
You're my role model. I want to be like you. Do you think I must start drinking?
You mean like what, today, or you mean like
Maybe
how?
today, or maybe what are you drinking? A beer? I can never beer.
It's a cough syrup.
Oh, it's a cough. No. I'm not sick.
I've been sick, man. I hope it's not COVID. If
Nah,
it's COVID,
I know you're a sick guy.
you mean here or? No, I'm getting better. I'm recovering. I'm recovering.
Okay.
But
Where's my mask? Hey, you're coughing.
Yeah, I know. I'm recovering. Fuck, I don't even know if this COVID is from another planet or not. So, but we usually forecast to a level where we don't even drink during the time when everybody's drinking. But we are doing a show where everybody is drunk.
You can't. Yeah, you can't.
The most difficult thing about entertaining people for a living is nobody cares. Nobody cares. Some people still want free tickets.
There's a guy who's calling you for a free ticket. In that chaos.
Yeah. After the pandemic, even now, if you do a big show now, somebody will say, "Hey, Muraga, come and take it." Like I
attended a big one this weekend.
Oh yeah, tell me about it. Oh, let's talk about it. Which this will still be under media, right?
Yeah.
This is.
You should have been there. Where were you?
I was babysitting. No.
You can't babysit. You're a parent.
I'm parenting.
Nah.
I was parenting. Yeah.
Nah. Hey, that's wrong.
And I was supposed to go to Mozambique as well, but I was parenting. I only went out last night. I had a set at Capello.
Oh, okay.
And I went with my daughter, or whatever, So, but tell me about. And some people think DJs are not responsible
for
at
kids,
the parental level. Yeah.
Hey, that's what I said as well when I said the guy's gonna die first because you're always gonna be at a gig and I'll cook for the kids.
People don't care. So tell me about. Now we're plugging the Tequila Gang.
Yeah.
Tequila Gang.
Yes.
This I know. I saw that. Let me just tell you a brief story of Tequila Gang. Tequila Gang is I think it's small.
Tequila, not tequila.
Wow.
Tequila.
I went to a black school.
Jerry Ramdege will kill you if you don't say tequila.
I didn't go to Michael's house.
Okay.
I went to Kweba.
Okay, the light, my brother, the light.
So Jerry, you can kill me all you like. Okay, what do you pronounce it? Tequila.
Not ta.
Tequila.
But
it's an A.
Also ta ni mini. Takani.
Okay.
Tasururo.
Maybe that's why I went.
Yeah.
Okay. Say that again.
Tequila.
T-E. So the gig was a Tequila Gang gig.
Thank you.
Which was happening in Midrand. That shop, I know it very well. We used to go there back then. It used to be a snake park, but they changed it to be called.
And I'm afraid of snakes. How did I end up there?
What if there's one snake left? But it has been years.
I didn't know.
It's been like 20 years now.
To go.
Yes, it's been 20 years. They call it truth now.
It's truth, yeah.
Truth now, yeah. And it's very domain. Sometimes people use it for whatever. But Tequila Gang had one show somewhere, I think, in the area. But it was cancelled based on the bylaws.
Yeah.
So this was the comeback for it. And I know the guy behind some of the PR is a friend of mine called Sabawa. Sabawa, how's it? Yeah. And then it looks like they got it right this time around. Tell us about
Awesome Party.
Tequila.
Awesome Party.
Gang.
3 dance floors. They had the deep house floor. I think it was the biggest floor, intentionally.
Okay. What was in the deep?
Well,
I saw they did a demarcation for.
I listened to a lady DJ who played there. I think it was around 1 a.m. My man, for me, she killed it. According to me, she played the song of the night. I went to the Soulful House floor. It was quite big as well.
So what was the branding of it? So the deep house floor, soulful. What was the other floor?
Vinyls.
Vinyl would be antique.
My man.
I think that's where I want to play.
That's where my party was. I just had to go to the other floors because I was there. If they were a drive away, I was not gonna drive. So yeah, but I ended up having fun at the thingy.
What's the name of the show actually? Is it Tequila Gang?
At the Soulful House songs.
What is the name of the whole show? What
The
did they
guy
call
who played the song called Spirit Move Me, Spirit Guide Me, Spirit Teach Me. You should know it, you're a DJ.
No. Well, it sounds familiar.
Yeah, that song.
Do you know how many songs are in my head now?
A couple?
Yeah. I've got a walking Shazam in my fucking brain.
Yeah.
So it will come.
According to me, that's the song that stood out for me when I was there on that dance floor. But the vinyls, that's where I was there. That's where I spent my night. That was a huge party, awesome party. I had so much fun. I can go back if they do it again tomorrow.
But this sounds like a gig that they need time to plan. This goes back to the planning of it.
Everybody must plan.
To plan that type of a show, they probably spent, they got cancelled a month ago, right? Imagine a month ago before that, they were planning this for months. And then this was, it had, according to the lineup, when I see the lineup, I was so impressed to see they kind of like holistically summarized music of South Africa.
Indeed.
Yeah, but at a level of exclusivity in terms of the one guy that I want to see, if Jerry's watching this, is for the next, how do I pronounce it again?
Tequila.
For the next Tequila. What do you call the gig? Tequila Gang.
Tequila Gang is the movement. I would call it a movement.
But what's the name of the party?
It was called the party that never happened. Something along those
because
lines.
It never happened the first time. Because the police,
the party that never happened.
And the bylaws did that, and they had to spin it around, right?
Party.
But what I'm saying is, on the next Tequila Gang, the party that will forever happen.
Look at yourself. The light is going. The light is going.
Oh yeah. The party that will forever happen. I'm going to propose Todd Terry.
Okay.
It's a proposal. Lilo Vega. Proposal. In fact, fuck it. Master Sedwak. Kenny Dope. Gonzalez. Can I see him there? And then who else? Even I'll tell you. Let's also have Black Coffee in there.
The only guy that excites me.
Let's have Black Coffee in the next.
The only guy that excites me, and I'm going to leave your set, is Steven Spielberg.
Who's that? Do I know?
The director guy. We can always record Spielberg living.
Spielberg is
the famous writer.
The Hollywood guy.
Yeah. So the name isn't Steven.
So we can Google him. But it's offline there.
Steven, I think it's him. We can always cut into it.
What about him?
Attended what TV in Nico Ambagama DJ.
Oh, so you're saying he's your guy?
Yeah, your guy is the ones that you're talking about, and my guy is.
I think it's Steven.
Steven, eh?
Spielberg, yeah, the one who made all the horror movies.
It's him. Then we can.
The one who made IT. Yeah, my ET.
It's him. Steven. Yeah, there, Steven Spielberg.
Yeah, there. Also, so you're saying, Uri.
I think you're mentioning all your DJs to Jer. Not the guy that excites me. Is Steven Spielberg. And what I'm going to leave your set. Don't want to go through. That's what we cut my show.
Do we have to cut that or not?
Yeah, you have to cut the junk out in between. So we can always go back to it.
The good part about this media podcast is that it can go on and on and on and on, and we can bend the food and forget the focus.
I want to run to my pot. And you know what? I'm going to leave your set.
So let's call it NippyCast volume 29 with Muraga Mphaphuli talking about media and a lot of things. And we're going to continue on this one. Thank you for watching. Sharp. I don't know you.
I want to go and cook.
Your pot is calling you.
Hey, man. We've been sitting here for forever.
Yeah, we're talking shit.
Why are you sacrificing with basis?
I'm gonna kill you for
My erectile is not dysfunctional.
Let's use our president, for example.
Are you over 10,000 kilometers away from South Africa?
Conspiracy theorists.
I can open the door for you to join the Illuminati.
Winning everyone.
NippyCast.